One of these days, I'm going to redecorate my desk. And like it's probably going to look mostly the same, but I'm going to have a lot more JJK stuff on it, which you wouldn't be able to see because these guys are going to be staying up here, and this might change. I don't know. But hello, Kelly. Lock in, everybody. I'm beating SOL. Hydrate. I have water this time. It's not fucking Pepsi. Mainly because I already drank one earlier today, and I don't like having too many cans in a day. I like to be responsible. Thank you. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Ooh, cat for buffet. That's not helpful at all anymore. They need to buff cat for buffet now. Because there's like no reason to do it. Like, I think it's actually less effective than the normal grinding stage that you get every day now. So, I think this guy should get Bahamut talents. I don't want to beat that stage right now. Mainly because it looks like a fucking nightmare. I do have Kai. Wait, Kai's how I beat him the first time, except I had her at level 60. But she'd still be good, right? I might be able to do that. I completely forgot I had used Kai the first time I did that. Dude, bed. I should work on this later today, but I should probably, since you mentioned something about channel points, I was wondering if maybe I should make like sound effects. Like if you can use sound effects, or you can use your channel points to play a sound effect. And I can just have a bunch of random ones or something. I think that'd be cool. Kai is the good Uber for that stage. One of the very few good Ubers for that stage. Hello, Kiki. Do you have all treasures? Yeah, I do. So, like, it's definitely doable. I've just been postponing it for a long ass time because, like, it's still, like it or not, it's still a hard stage even with all treasures. I don't know if everybody would agree with me on that, but it's definitely true. At least for me. This stage is a fucking nightmare. Okay, so I hate the Gabriels. They're so fucking strong. And there's so many of them. Would Ganglion unironically... No, his LD wouldn't be able to reach the camel, wouldn't. Honestly, if I just spawn like a Jizo every now and then, I think this should be fine. Like, this should be a fine loadout. Just maybe instead of Shinobu, I use, like, Terran. No. Yeah, Terran. Well, I already have Red Slow with Giyu. But maybe I just shouldn't use Giyu. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I appreciate the thought. What do you mean the thought? The sound effects? No, that's an actually good idea. Also make one of the sound effects a jump scare. That's what I used to have. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but back before I streamed Battle Cats, I did have jump scare sound effects. Oh, for Ganglion? Yeah, he's not good here, though. I do like Ganglion, and he is very good for LD. It's just unfortunate that his range is only 300. I was watching a video about how Can completely broke the game. Yes. Yes. Can broke the game. And so did Courier. So did Slime. So did a lot of others. Bahamut. A lot of things have broken the game. By the way, I have no idea if any of these like game tracks are actually copywritten. I hope not, but you could use them as a combo slave. True. Who would I drop? I guess I don't really need Bullet Train. Well, Housewife's not going to be good. So I can do this at least. Since Terran has strong against, it doesn't hurt to have a strong against combo. Now this is the soundtrack I'm concerned about. I have no idea if Paper Mario Sticker Star copyrights their music. Maybe I should turn it down so it's a little less of a problem. Because here's the thing. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. I checked the VOD from Monday's stream, and apparently there were copywritten bits that were muted in the VOD, but I have no idea why. I also gave respect to Ganglion today. Gave him strong S zombie orb for Peng Z. He's not toxic immune, right? So doesn't he kind of just fall flat against Peng Z? I mean, I guess his LD might be able to reach safely. Oh, you got the orb from Peng Z. Okay. Sorry. Fucking... I hate this camel, bro. Camel's annoying as hell. I guess Camel. Tarun's already fucking dead? What do you want from me? Why do I have Kai? Why do I have Kai? Why did I keep Kai in my lineup? Am I fucking stupid? I fucking hate these cappies, bro. Like, this stage is one of the... I'm not even kidding. I think this is the hardest stage in this fucking subchapter. Just because you're so short on money. I'm not using Kai. I don't think... Would Convoy be good here? Probably not, right? I mean, I guess Gi is also strong against, so the strong against combo can help with him. I don't have any S orbs, even on my main, but I haven't played that in a hot minute. By the way, earlier I mentioned how I streamed before Battle Cats. How long do you guys think how long ago do you think my first ever stream on Twitch was? Do you have any Uber Cat's eyes? Maybe? I don't know. Genuinely, how long ago do you think my first ever Twitch stream was? Because I don't think it's recorded anywhere. 2 years ago? Close. It was, I think, around 4 years ago. Because I think my first ever stream was... It was either at the very end of 2022 or it was at the beginning of 2022. I think... it's more likely that it was the beginning of 2023. So the very end of 2022. Because I think I started, like, right at the end of December. Right? So if it was 2023, it's been about 3.5 years, just about. I guess I need more meat shields, but like I didn't want to bring more meat shields because like it's not going to help that much. But if I can kill the camel in the back, that would make this very easy. And it's really not that strong. I'm just concerned about my ability to actually fucking hit it. But yeah, I've been streaming for quite a while. And you know, if you go to my YouTube channel, right? And you go all the way to the beginning, I think that video was posted in 2019? My first ever YouTube video? I do believe it was posted in 2019. I could be wrong. But, you know, I've been at this for a hot minute. So that's a fun fact. I've tried to do daily SOL subchapter every day, but I could not be bothered to put a little time to Fair. Fucking slime, bro. Why does slime miss so easily? No Bahamut? Fucking no, why? I didn't exactly plan on... I don't know. I plan on killing the camel after. Or not after, first. I expected it to die first because of the wave that I have. You're a lot of help, Ganglion. Don't worry, you got that. The SOL bosses are annoying? Are they? To my knowledge, all the SOL bosses are relatively easy. Oh, 2-star SOL. That makes sense, but still. Like, the thing is, right? Most of the SOL bosses are made for pretty early game, so them being scaled with 2 and 3 crown, they're still not very difficult. And then even the later ones, like Musashi and Mechabun, those two have like very easy cheese. Yeah, no Bahamut, because fuck Bahamut. How do you cheese Mina? By doing it? I don't know. Kill the hyenas first with Bahamut. With Baja Blast, that should be easy. You should be able to use Bahamut to basically solo the hyenas. And then the Lenoir is the main issue, honestly. But if you can beat the stage before the Lenoir spawns, then that's the cheese. It's not even cheese, it's just doing the stage as intended. You're telling me the stage isn't intended to handle the Lenoir? That's cheese. You're beating it early. As far as I'm concerned, that is cheese. You're not intended to beat it before the Lenoir spawns. By the way, is the audio balance better? Because I looked at one of my VODs before and like it kind of seemed like the game and the... Well, obviously the game's quiet, but like the music was very quiet, barely even hearable. Bring Bomber Cat, by the way. Yeah, I think I noticed that. Excuse me. I saw Volta, yep. Sure did. If the fighter outer base or you're getting fucked, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, then Lenoir is punishment for not rushing, methinks. Yeah, but think of it as whenever the stage first released, right? Think of it that way. Because let's be real, when that stage released, how the fuck were you supposed to rush it with anything other than Bahamut? And Bahamut alone wouldn't kill Mina fast enough. She has that much HP. And plus, there are other things that would probably make Bahamut much more risky to use. Are there more? There are more Razorbacks, right? But thanks to Truck, I should be able to get right through this guy. Yo, Queen. You still playing your library game? I wonder what unit you'll use to beat Unkempt Promises. Do you want me to use just one unit? Who does more damage in one shot against the Anteater? Ku or Kai? Probably Ku, right? Because my Kai's not very high leveled. Well, I mean, they're both level 33, I think, but I actually don't know. They both have a lot of damage per hit. Yeah, solo it? Okay, well, I can still use combos though, right? Who should I use? Because I don't know who would be able to have enough DPS. I mean, I could use Balrog, right? Like, I could just use Balrog. Guys, higher base damage, but Ku has strong against. Yeah, I know that. Damage combos with Bahamut? No. I'd rather do something that's not basic. Spammable and fast attack, right? Could use Swords Master. I'll look into some other units I can use just to be a little different. Rice Ball. Spammable, fast attack rate. Manic Dark Carry. We've all seen Lucas do that. Okay, this is a zombie stage. Move speed, research, ramen. Swords Master is a shout. I'll try it. I'll try Swords Master. Should I do it non-true form since I don't even have his fucking true form? Getting an ass beat if you use Balrog, you get the damage after he gets knocked back twice. I sure hope you're not being serious. Even without strength and his DPS is fucking nuts. Good thing I have some really solid anti-zombie. I should probably bring a research combo. So that's exactly what I'll do. I did the math. Ku does more damage than Kai versus her traits. Cool. That's good to know. That do be very good to know. So I have a question. Who all here, whenever infinite speed ups are given, who all here is going to actually use the triple speed? Who all is going to use the actual power up for triple speed? Instead of just a normal speed up. Because almost never will that actually be worth it. I mean, I guess against grinding stages, but honestly, I don't see it really saving that much time. I use triple speed a bit now for like Aku fruit grinding. How do you even beat Aku fruit stages with triple speed? Because I feel like those stages aren't exactly easy, depending on where you're at in the game, I guess. The weekend XP levels? But if you're doing weekend XP levels, you're kind of... Oh, well, do you mean Proving Grounds? Because, yeah, I guess I see that. But do you mean Proving Grounds or do you mean the EXP stages? Kaiji's Cosmo? Oh, fuck you. I forget that Uber carry is so regulated now. I won't outside of, like, Proving Grounds, I guess. Yeah, Proving Grounds is really the only place I see it actually doing anything. Maybe Cat Fruit Buffet, if you truly want to do Cat Fruit Buffet. But aside from that, I don't really see all of them being too crazy. Kai alone still is the last stage on Aku Fruit. I'm aware Kai is really good against Aku. I am aware. Just not everybody has Kai, you know? So I don't automatically assume, yeah, they're using Kai. Structure form actually powerful and fun to use. Only against his traits. That's what I've noticed. Like, he's really good against his traits, but outside of that, he falls so flat. Even if it's a slightly mixed stage, he struggles. But, like, as long as it's just either a zombie, red, or metal in the stage, or a combination of the three, he's great. I like to think and not use speed ups. I think that triple speed is just so fast that a lot of the time you save with it being triple speed is lost to not spawning your units in time. So you wind up spending the same amount of time on the stage either way, which, I mean, somebody can do the Mythbusters for me if they want, to see if that's really true. But yeah, I do understand doing Crown UL with speed ups, though. I do understand that. I just haven't done Crown UL. But Crowned SOL, I could. The infinite speed up is going to be so nice. I'm mainly questioning the triple speed because that's just so fast that's like unnecessary and it's not really saving times. But the 2 times speed is fine. Make a new account and not use speed ups. Yeah, that's a fucking nightmare. I mean, Cats of the Cosmos is basically the same because let's be real, you're not going to be able to beat a lot of the actually difficult stages with a speed up on, especially the special only ones. Like on those, you'll still want to use like CPU instead of speed up. Oh, by the way, I did this off stream a while back. I don't know if any of you noticed, but I got Catway. I beat No Plan A. Honestly, should I just bring a research combo? I guess the real question is ramen enough without a research combo? And I'm gonna guess yeah. Oh, I need something for the pig. So I want Jizo True Form. If he's Ganglion in a lot of ZL stages and he's alright against Darktober because of his weaken immune. Right. Although he does get knocked back by bases, so okay. The special only stages are annoying in Cats of Cosmos because there's lack of good units or ones that do much damage. It's mainly damage. Because like with special only, your main form of damage is your legends, which cost a lot. And you also don't have any other true forms aside from Bahamut. And for all 3 Cats of Cosmos chapters, with the exception of the 3rd one, however, you're probably not going to be getting it before the 3rd one's over. You're not gonna have Baja Blast, so you're not gonna have him talented. So he's still not enough on his own. The posture check. My posture's not even that bad. I rushed Cats of Cosmos, so I didn't have that many special units. Well, like, here's the thing: Mina wouldn't help. Her damage is so low without true form that she would not be of help. Musashi's not good enough to be of use. Mecha Bun really isn't. Like, no SOL legend other than Run is going to actually be valuable in Cats of the Cosmos, from my experience. I really want to. Whenever I replay through Hollow Knight over the summer, should I try and do just 100% or should I do 112%? AKA, should I do Pantheon 5 again? Well, actually, no. I don't think Pantheon 5 is part of... Is it? Is Pantheon 5 part of 112%? I don't remember. I know it's an ending, but I don't remember if it's part of the actual percentage of completion. No special units target alien. I mean, you have little macho legs, and I think it's either loincloth or lollycat. I think it's loincloth. You have like little macho legs and those bug units, then Darwin at the very end of the game. I forgot about the bug units. But yeah, special doesn't have a whole lot of anti-alien. Loincloth is a barrier breaker. With talons, I think it's a little more than that now. Endings aren't part of the 112%. But the first 4 Pantheons are part of the percentage, so that's why I'm a little confused, but either way it makes sense. I have a review to write? Alright. See ya, bud. But yeah, I do plan on returning to Hollow Knight, but I also plan on doing Silksong afterwards, which I've never actually been Silksong. I haven't spent nearly enough time on that one. So I do wonder how I should do that. Like, should I get all achievements in both back to back? Should I just replay Hollow Knight chill? Like, I don't really know how I want to do that. I'll do it though. Like, honestly, I love Hollow Knight enough that I would be more excited to replay that for the millionth time than to play Silksong. Towns give a warp immune and weakened to alien? Yeah. See? Anti-alien. So technically speaking, that is another anti-alien special that you can actually get for Cats of the Cosmos. I think Cat Jobs is doing nothing here. Yeah. Thank God for Jizo. And Tatsu. Tatsu's doing well. Tatsu's the only reason why I didn't get pushed sooner. But now that he's gone, I have my concerns. Okay. Pig dead. Use Sanzo after the pig dies. It has more range than Sanzo. I'm aware that it's Omni Strike, but I have the money, right? Like, I have the money, why not? And that bitch dead. I'd rather use a Firefly as my alien weekend. I mean, you're not wrong, but not everybody has that, depending on when you started your account, because that hasn't been back around in a while. Honestly, that hardly ever comes around. Like, I feel like that should be more of a regular thing. Does it come at a specific time, or is it kind of like a collab? I went to grab lunch, I'm back. Welcome back, Queen. Would you be down to play some ranked later today? Because I haven't played Rivals in a bit, so I would probably have to warm up, but I want to get back into it. And you still need to get Diamond, right? What time, but yeah. I don't know. 2 hours? It'll probably be 2 hours before I'm on. Honestly, I could still stream it. Sunday? I'm sorry. It's Wednesday, and I say, hey, we want to play later. And you're like, I'm leaving Sunday, so maybe. Like, I had Firefly on my old account, but I have to wait till another summer break. Cats? Yeah, that doesn't come around very often. It's once per year in late summer. Oh, so it's almost back on. We have to get Diamond before Sunday. True. I probably wouldn't stream it, though. Mainly, I don't know. Mainly because, like, whenever I'm playing with friends, I want to make it more about my friends than me. So, I don't like streaming it normally. Thoughts on the NES Godzilla OST? I have no idea. I haven't heard it. Jizo Mega Castle has some of the highest possible damage in the game. True, I love using Jizo Mega Castle, honestly. It's something that's like always been underrated in my opinion. Because everybody always wants to use Jizo's first form, but like his last form, or not his last form now, but his true form is also still very good. I'm gonna have to go now. Alright, see you, Kiki. Dude, say what you will about Paper Mario Sticker Star. I know not a lot of you actually know about the game, but like for context, it is largely hated by the fans of Paper Mario series, which is whatever. But it has a great soundtrack. Damn. Is that including the multi-hit, or is that just one of his? Is that just his last hit? Is that a wave base? Oh god. With the multi-hit, okay. So it's not it's not that high in damage. Well, it's not as high in single hit damage. Unless, I guess, would you count all multi-hits inside of one hit? Because theoretically, that would make it so that surge users and wave users and explosion users should still be counted for that. Because I kind of put multi-hit in the same kind of area as those. I wouldn't, to be honest. Why? Especially whenever, like, I especially do that because multi-hit can have the same effects. Like, it's actually harder to land a multi-hit than a surge. Because, like, let's say you have a surge, right? Level 1 surge lasts for more than just a frame. So its hitbox is easier to land. Theoretically, because it lasts a little longer. Same with wave, same with explosion. And with multi-hit, depending on the unit, it's not always in the same place. So what happens is, like with Nala, right? You can't really consider all that one hit whenever they're completely separated. And then, I mean, there are immune enemies, but, like, you have to have a universal rule for multi-hit that, oh, if you're going to count all multi-hits, then Nala has some of the most insane damage per hit in the game. Because I think it's, what, 15k DPS? At level... I don't know if that's level 30 or level 50, but, like... You know. Is it a good idea to put the Berserker Orb on Yukimura? I don't fucking know. I would count Surge towards total damage. I meant the other thing. What other thing? All 3 multi-hits can hit, so it can deal that much damage. But if it's going to be a universal rule, then you have to do the same with Nala. Not all 3 hits can land. So, like, I like, if you're going to count them all for one, you have to count them all for all of them, and that's just not a way to do it. I counted all the hits for every single unit? Okay, well then that makes no fucking sense. What is the stage again? Oh, it's a bunch of trailers shit. Honestly, I think Truck's good here. But better than Kai? No, because there's little buns. I will use Bahamut instead of Giyu, though. Because I do believe this is the Bahamut stage. Or I can use just Bahamut on top of Giyu, you know? I can do all this. Nala is 15k DPS at level 30, but yeah, I usually divide by 3. Yeah. Because, like, even though he has that much fucking damage in one hit, like, it's not 50k damage in one hit, but it's however much that DPS accounts for and per hit, you know, thing. So I don't know. Nala can occasionally land 2 hits on one enemy if they get knocked back on the first, which is really satisfying. It makes the gears in my head turn. I mean, can happen, but that's still not all 3. And with Jizo, from my experience, he knockbacks a lot of things with his first couple hits, and, like, if your Mii shields are pushing, then you're not landing that last hit. And I don't know if the time between the first 2 hits are spread enough in order for them both to land, even if you do, or even if your Mii shields aren't pushing. I have no idea. Like, from my experience with Jizo Mega Castle, he doesn't land all 3 hits. It is just 3, right? I could be wrong. But he doesn't land them all, anyways. Every stage is a Baja stage. Whenever you have Blaster... I despise Assassin Bear stages, though. They're so cringe. Sorry, Kai, I made you miss. Oh, fuck, Octo got slow. I don't know how I'm gonna get a wave block inside of this Croaky range. I have no fucking clue. I usually get Yukimura to live quite a while, so I'm considering more damage. I don't know. What does Berserker do? I don't know what the Berserk talent orb really does. And that's just because of my own stupidity. I'm gonna try this. Bahamut. Let's go, Bahamut. Let's go Kai, actually. Kai's the real MVP here. This little bun's not fucking dead? Holy shit, dude. Took 3 Bahama hits. Assassin is so bad. He has ass twice in his name. True. Bahamut, how the fuck did you get back there? Bahamut, I have no idea what happened to you, brother. Like, bro just got ruined. And this is why I don't gas him up. I love Kai and Bahamut. I love Kai. And not for the wrong reasons, alright? Only after killing 10 enemies, though I feel like that only applies to very few stages. Oh, that's how Berserk works? I just don't like talent orbs. Like, I am the biggest hater of talent orbs, like, in the world. I would, like, I'm not convinced there's anybody that has as big of a distaste for talent orbs as me. Because, like, I genuinely hate them. I genuinely hate them. Because, like, I don't hate that they exist, I hate the way that they work and function. I love her for all the reasons. It's only plus 10% on B rank, plus 14%, plus 20%. Damn. Yeah, I just don't like. I don't like them. Like, honestly, I think that having different ranks for the talent orbs is stupid. I think it'd be better if they were all just, like, instead of having a D through S tier, I think it would have been better if they all just had the same stats as a B tier, and you could just have a bunch of them. Like, you could just, like, get a bunch of the same one. And instead of merging them, you would just actually be allowed to use them without being like, oh, but I need an S tier. And since it costs NP to remove them off of a unit, it punishes you for doing that. And so I just don't like it. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. But it's whatever. Ray's Bahamut hate comes from him mistiming his Bahamut, wondering why Bahamut is doing shit. Bitch, I timed Bahamut just fine in that last stage. He got fucking bullied. Did you not see what just happened in that stage? See, Bahamut glazers are just ignorant to the fact that Bahamut gets screwed half the time. More than that. I didn't mistime shit. I got hit by an ad? Well, I can tell you one thing. He hit his shots just fine. I got him inside of the blind spot of both the Crockley and the Henry. Want to know what happened? He got screwed, and he got pushed back into their attacks. That's what happened. With no blast, sure. What the fuck is Thunderbolt Cannon or Breaker Blast going to do in that situation for me? Or are you talking about Bahamut chaining? Because Bahamut chaining actually isn't that bad for me. I'm pretty, like, as much as you may doubt this, I'm good with timing. In a lot of video games, I'm good at timing things. So, like, Bahamut and, like, ID chaining isn't that bad. I just have to actually learn the chain. I thought I was in the stage. So Tetsu and Volta, I guess. Oh wait, Tyron's immune to wave. What the hell is this song? Oh, it's also, dude, Cult of the Lamb. I love the soundtrack, and I mean, I only really listened to 2 of its songs from its soundtrack, but it's got some peak fucking soundtrack songs from what I can tell. I don't glaze Baja like I glaze Kai and Ultraform Jizo though. Well, they're just easy to use. Baja still pisses me off. Well, that's just, I mean, it's relatable. Relatable as fuck, but like still. That's called a skill issue, if you ask me. I don't know why Tetsu was the first one I spawned. It, it's fine. I don't know if I'd say I glaze bomb it, but he's been reliable. If you are the biggest Battle Cats LARPer in the world, if you call Bahamut reliable. He is the farthest thing from reliable, I'll tell you that much. He's the farthest thing from reliable. He just works? No, he doesn't. Unless you have like a level 30 Thunderbolt cannon? No. He is not reliable. The only thing reliable about him is your fucking Thunderbolt cannon. By the way, what did I say earlier? I said that the first stage in the subchapter is for some reason the hardest, and like that's proven true. Because I haven't struggled since the first stage. And maybe it's just because I'm uber carry as fuck, and that first stage is kind of hard to uber carry, but... Oh, this is the boss rush, isn't it? So that means this is the last stage for the chapter, other than damage check. I think it has a metal hippo. Not hippo, rhino. So I want Catasaurus. Are the other Ubers good? Shinobu for Slatemere if there is one. Kai is good for Alien Bun if there is one. I think there's a Razorback, right? So I need Bomber. I don't know for sure. I'm just gonna try bringing it. I don't think I need Jizo. I guess I don't really need Courier either, though. Less Super Carry is better. I'll do this. No Razorback here? Oh, really? Must be a different boss rush stage I was thinking of. I said less Super Carry is better, so I'm not gonna put in a 4th one. I'm just going to bring a combo? I'll bring a damage up combo, I guess. I'm pretty observant when playing, so I don't rely on T-Bolt much. I don't care how observant you are. Saying that Bahamut is reliable? No. No rusher is reliable. As far as I'm concerned, no rusher is reliable. Not a single one. Yugamura can, like, all of them can die to the stupidest things. That's not what I would call reliable. They reliably die. That's what I'll say. He's reliable on base hit when you time him, guaranteed. Yeah, but like after the initial hit, there's no reliability there. There's nothing reliable after the first hit. Did this bitch get knocked back by Jiangxi? Baha hitting enemy base is the fastest way to obliterate most stages. I mean, with the explosion, sure. But like, I wouldn't say most stages, first of all, and second of all, explosion doesn't kill everything. Like, you'd be shocked at how little explosion does to most bosses in the game. And like, when I say bosses, I don't even mean like, oh, this boss has 3 million HP. I'd say even like Dobers, right? Like any of the Dobers are good examples of things that can just absolutely fucking tank a single hit from Bahamut. Should I roll for a heavy jack or wait till June Bride rolls? You shouldn't be doing June Bride rolls. June Bride's not fucking worth it. The only you're the one that wants Brainwash Cow, right? Yeah, save your shit for an upcoming collab that I have a hunch is coming soon. The base? I was able to not care about and clear easily were the ones that Baja exploded. What? No, I'm just confused. Collecting purposes, it's free user rank? Yeah, so is the collab. That's... But, like... Okay, well, first of all, you say it's free user rank. It's one fucking thing. The odds of you getting specifically Brainwashed Cow are so fucking low that there's no fucking way you get it without wasting too many resources. Or sea tracking. Baja can kill most support on base hit while Kai and Cosmo clean up. I feel like if you have Cosmo, then first of all, that's the least of your concerns. Second of all, 4 crown. I thought you were talking about 4 crown. Whatever. Dude, Kai has just been, like, great for this stage. 4 crown, Nala, Newton, Huro? Oh, yeah, fucking Newton. I forget he's busted. And what do you mean, since when? Since when what? The 4-star thing? It's called Crown. But like Plum literally said all the easiest 4 crown UL stages I was able to not care about and clear easily were the ones that Baja exploded. And so they brought in the 4 crown. They brought it into the conversation. That wasn't me. Newton is just Cosmo but special. I've genuinely replaced Cosmo and lineups for Newton since he worked better. I find it hard. Well, I mean, I guess Force Swing is a big deal. Man, I wasn't prepared for a Borifem. God damn it. That's annoying. They're not going to be able to kill it. I guess I should have brought Jizo. Or at least Ramen. I would think that the double freeze and knockback from Cosmo would be fine, but I guess 850 range isn't enough. Clearly, according to you. I just want Ramen. One of the more fun SOL stages. This one? Yeah, I do like it. Oh, I didn't check if there was anything after the Borifem. Oh, it's just a bun. I guess if there's an Arost, yeah, I'll be fine. You just get his attacks off fast enough, and I don't respect Rock as a unit enough to use it. That's so valid. Rock is overrated. No, Rock is great. No. Don't go saying he's overrated. Rock is great. Rock is fine. It's the fact that everybody loves using him specifically because of the research combo. Like, that's my biggest problem with him, is that people will glaze Rock as if he doesn't rely on having a 3-slot research combo in order to actually have as much value as they act like he always has. That's my main problem with him. So I don't respect him, but he's absolutely still a phenomenal meat shield. I rarely get usage out of him. Well, if you actually tried to use him more often or tried to use him better, you would absolutely get value out of him. I know for a fact. But I do relate with the fact that I don't respect him. I do. If it works, it works. Because if you're going to say, "Oh, Rock is best meat shield," whenever it's already implied that he's best meat shield with the research combo, that means that you're ranking him with the research combo. He's far worse without the research combo, just because of how many things have a 2-second attack cycle or greater, or actually. Something in between a 2 and 4-second attack cycle is what I mean. Ramen needs no combos, tanks everything like a fucking god while deleting an entire trait. I still think Manicure Racer is just the best of everything. He's cheap. He has a 2-second recharge time base. He has great HP, especially since you can level him up to level 50. And maybe eventually 60, but we'll see. He has speed. And he has bulk, because he only has 1 knockback. And he lacks damage, so there's no chance, or there's not a high chance of him knocking things back so that other things miss. I just don't like fast meat shields. I don't like slow meat shields, because then that racks up the unit deploy limit. Like, I also despise rush strats, but I like fast meat shields just because of deploy rate, or deploy limit. That's why I never use normally Racer. Because at the end of the day, a 20 plus 90 Racer would actually be arguably the best meat shield in terms of slow and just overall field bulk. You know what I mean? Because like he would just be great at all of that. But I just don't like the lack of speed. Did I use Giyu for the Arost last time? Because I was thinking it'd be a much weaker Arost than it is. God damn it. I should have a freeze cannon on this. Dude, my Ramen is weak. Even with a research combo, my Ramen and Manicure Racer can't perma-stall this Arost. That's actually tough. He's standing still. Most of the time, if the enemy is standing still and you use Breaker Blast, it'll still fucking land. It didn't land. God damn it. Okay, whatever. I'm bringing Giyu back. I'm bringing Sexy back. That's a reference. I'm not calling Giyu sexy. Breaker Blast is consistent, I swear to God, just not at level 1. It's just not consistent. It's just not consistent at level 1, I swear. I have, as somebody with a level 30 Breaker Blast on my main account, I can guarantee you, level 30 is so nice just for consistency. I'm aware that Ramen being level 100 would be great. You know, I'm aware of that. I'm just saying my current Ramen isn't that. All that. I'm assuming it's like a 200% Arost, and that's why it's just shredding. Stink, why are you talking about a level 25 Ramen? I'm working on Oh, wait, no, you're a Thunderbolt Cannon. Or Breaker Blast. I'm stupid. But yeah, level 25 Breaker Blast is still fine. Like the main like it's not, the knockback doesn't increase with level. What mainly increases is its AoE, and once you get a high enough level Breaker Blast, you can be knocking back the entire back line as well as the front line. Ramen is 60s to low 70s. Yeah, I think on my main account, my ramen's like close to 100. I think it is level 100 actually. I think it passed that. Why don't I'm such a fucking idiot. And nobody's pointed it out yet, but I'm using ramen instead of Jiangxin. I still have little fucking dragon in here. I guess I shouldn't be using meat shields, huh? Nah, that's fine. Uber carry? God forbid. God forbid I just use fun units. I've been on my main since my equivalent of middle school and still only have Breaker Blast below level 20. That's perfectly fine. Most people don't think it's valuable to level up because of the fact that the knockback doesn't get better. It's just in a bigger AoE. Like, that is perfectly fine. Perfectly valid. Ramen is one of the few units I apply plus levels to. Everything else is in P. Everything else? So you don't plus level your cyborg, your cameraman, your Catalyte, your can, your, you know, there's quite a few super rares that are worth plus leveling actually. The fun in question, are you talking about Kai? Because I think they were more so referring to the fact that I'm using Jizo. I don't think Kai alone is uber carrying. I have Jiangxi at plus 40. That's perfectly fine. Jiangxi being able to tank more hits is actually perfectly fine with their knockback count. You have a personal list of NP versus plus level in my Battle Cats guide. I think that whenever it comes to rares, there's more of a chance that you'll find value in them whenever there's 4-star restrictions. And so that's more of like, with rares, basically the only rule, in my opinion, should be if it's a stat-based. If it's a stat-based unit, plus level it. How the fuck did Giyu die? Giyu, what the fuck, man? How did you die? Whatever. I hate strong ROS because they shred through way too many things. Like, they shred way too fucking easily, bro. And they don't die easily at all. Like, it's actually very annoying. And then they knock back perfectly so that they don't get slowed. Like, two-shotting my level 40 Manic Eraser. Perfect! So perfect! I love this game. Oh my fucking god, it got knocked back again. Please. Oh my god. Yeah, this stage is great. You know, I love this stage. I absolutely love this stage. I love it when a stage has a way overpowered ROS that just doesn't fucking die and kills everything in its path. I fucking love that traitless is one of the most prominent traits in SOL whenever the game gives you fucking jack shit for traitless. I love this stage. I don't know how the hell I killed it the first time. I guess Manic Eraser and Jiangxi would have been the better meat shield combination for that, since my ramen's too low of a level. Now let's see if I can kill this bitch. Manic Eraser has a solid amount of HP. It's just unfortunate that, like, we have gotten so many trade-specific meat shields that in every stage is like, oh, don't use Manic Eraser, use Research Rock and Cone, or use Modern, or use Rapper, use, you know, Jetpack. You know, like, use Shigong, use Ramen, use Catalyte. Like, there's so many, use Belly Dancer. Like, nowadays it feels like Manic Eraser is falling down. Like, I think that Manics and normal cats should get I think they should get talents. I think that giving the Manics talents would be so sick. I mean, they've given the Littles talents. Why not the others? Hey, Bun Bun, you mind? Thank you. He doesn't get knocked back from that? Slime. How? Okay, I need to kill this thing fast. I was not expecting an actually strong Bun Bun here. I know it's the final boss of the stage, but fuck off. Kai's gonna die. And I can't time my slime for the life of me. Okay, I guess I should have prepped more for a bun. Oh, lovely. 40,000 damage per hit. I like special... Yeah, specialist meat shields are great. My main problem is that Rock normally takes the... Rock's normally the one that's paired with them rather than Manic Eraser. I hate this game. Maximum the fighter has an area attack, to be fair. But yeah, maximum the fighter's damage is not what he's good for. He's a meat shield. So you don't want... Like, look at his HP if you're going to compare him to Necrodancer. What the fuck do I even do for a Bun Bun? I figured Kai would be enough, but no. God damn it. Okay. Oh, but I want Giyu for the Arost. Or am I gonna be a fucking nerd and Thunderbolt Cannon with Bahamut? No, that's cringe. I don't think Slime has done jack shit in this stage. So this is my lineup. Deal with it. I don't think Ramen helps here, though. But sure. Like, I just don't feel like Ramen helps. Because, like, Jizo should be fine killing the Borophim. I don't need anything for the Angel Board. Jizo's enough. And plus, now that I have Bahamut, it should be more than enough. I don't think you guys realize what the concern is. Oh my god, and I dropped all of my anti-red. Oh my god. Fuck you, Bahamut. I didn't like you anyways. Rocky's still kind of a specialist meat shield. He doesn't solo meat shield. He has his own gaps. Yeah, but like that's what I mean is that like most of the time people will use a specialist meat shield and rock, right? Like the specialist meat shield is what provides the in-betweens. And I mean, if you really think you have enough money for it, you can use Manicure Racer Rock and the special meat shield. But me personally, I would not. I think... I mean, I still like Manicure Racer as a primary meat shield. Like, I do still think he is the best primary meat shield. Manicure Racer and Jiangshi and Rock or Ramen. Something that I don't think people actually realize that if you're using Manicure Racer and Jiangshi, you're not gaining anything. Like, that's the limit, right? If you're spamming both of them for the as soon as they respawn, which maybe you shouldn't be doing that, but these two you don't gain any money when you're using them as your main meat shields. So like you don't want to do anything more than that. You don't want to be using Manicure Racer Jiangshi and something else. If you're using Manicure Racer and Jiangshi, you either need to be more careful with your spendings, or you need to be using them in a stage where you know you can make money. Like in stages like this, right? I still want to use Jiangshi whenever I need to, but like you need to not just be spamming it, you know, all willy-nilly. Oh, those are what you use in your general loadouts. Okay. Theoretically, Ganglion should be good for the ROS, right? Or at least fine for it. I spam continues in 3 crown UL only. Yeah. I mean, they exist for a reason. He does outrange by 40 range. My main concern is, well, I guess if it's only outranging by that much, then I wouldn't have to worry about the ROS getting into his blind spot. That is true. That's probably something else. Don't worry, this stage isn't making me go insane at all. I have no idea how I don't know how anybody would ever think that. Should I just have this music play, like this specific song? I think, is this Wii Sports? Wii Channel? Me Channel. Should I just have this on loop every stream and just make everybody listening to the stream go fucking insane? Because like this is the kind of music that if an insane asylum were to play music, right? I'm pretty sure it's meant to be quiet, but like if it were to play music, I think I think the Me Channel song would be the best thing for them to play. I can barely hear it. How quiet is my desktop audio to you guys? Because I can hear it just fine. Here. Less mental health, please. Can you hear them? Can you hear the music? Fine. Like, it's meant to be background music. It's not meant to be like full-blown blasting, right? You're not supposed to be able to hear it louder than me, but like, it's background music. You're not supposed to just not hear it at all. Oh shit! Stop the speed up. When did Sid die? Oh my god. Whatever, she back now. No more dying, Sid. I need you for the bun. Oh my god, Ganglion. Ganglion! Please. Brother. Brother! Oh, Sid, no. Wait, Sid, no. Stop clipping into the fucking ROS range, just piece of shit. Oh, I Thunderbolt Candid. Nothing! Candid. Cannoned. Candace. Good dig. Sorry. I've returned to occasionally frustrate Bray. Sick. Although I feel like I occasionally frustrate everybody else more than y'all frustrate me. I have a feeling inside my bones. And then whatever the other lyrics are for that song. And Sid's dead again. Okay, how about I just don't kill the boar yet? What if I just stall a little bit? Okay, I don't think that's going to be in the cards, because I think it kills my ramens too quickly, because my ramens are weak at foot. Okay, well now I have nothing for the bun. And with ramen's DPS, it's going to be spawning any minute now. It's a bit much. Okay. So, it wasn't that bad earlier. So this is fine, right? I can hear the beat of something. Okay, I'm having two complete opposite reactions. I can hear the beat of something from Stink, and then it's a bit much from Callie. Stink, do you need to get your ears checked? Like... It's perfectly fine. So this is good. Everybody thinks this is good, except for Stink, right? This is good? Not you, Stink. I can hear something. I don't know how to help you, bud. Bop. Because I have an audio mixer in OBS. I can see proportionately how loud I am compared to my desktop audio, and it should be, from what I'm seeing, it should be about like a third of like how loud I am speaking right now. Like that's what the mixer's telling me, is that the audio is a third of how loud I am. And so that is fine. That is how it probably should be. Being in a room where there's absolutely no noise, I swear I could hear my ears ringing or something despite there being no noise. Well, the ringing thing, that only happens to me occasionally, but it does happen. It doesn't necessarily happen only when it's quiet, though. It does happen randomly to me sometimes. And also, you are so lucky to have a quiet room like that, because for me, my room's never quiet because I have the AC right outside my window. Possible tinnitus. I always have a window open and I can't sit in silence. I can sit in silence just fine, but I just wind up thinking when I do that. Ganglion, you got that. Hit. He missed. Hit or miss. Oh, this is so bad. Kai, get your head in. I should have just continued meat shielding, bruh. The fact that I can have Kai and Sid working together in this stage against the Bun and it still overpowers them and gets through is like the most annoying thing. Have you considered winning faster? I've spent like half an hour on the stage, I swear to God. Because it's a long-ass stage. There's way too many enemies in it. But anyways, unkept promises. Just use speed up. Against a bun where timing is actually important. Do a fun strat. That's what I was planning on doing. I'm not even gonna level this bitch up. I'm just gonna see if it works. I will just see. Now, this is an important question. Does he have a 2-second cooldown? I'm going to assume no. I'm going to assume he doesn't have a 2-second cooldown off the rip. I may not have the money to afford him very quickly though, so we'll see. I'll use a rich cat just in case. He's only level 15, so I don't have a lot of confidence in him. But we shall see. I genuinely want to see if a level 15 swordsman can solo this stage. Or I guess duelist, or whatever you want to call him. Don't worry, once I get all 50 of them, this will go great. What is the time limit on the stage, by the way? How long do you have to beat it? Is it like a minute, 2 minutes? Like, what is it? It could even be 5 minutes for all I know. My fucking computer started showing me the fucking "your camera's on" notification in the bottom middle, and it blocked me clicking on swordsman or swordsmaster. The 30 manic dark is close to minimum. So you're telling me I need to true form him and level 30 him? Okay, well that's the deploy limit. We'll see how close I can get. We'll see how close I can get with these guys. Okay, so I only got to 4 mil. So I'd have to almost double their damage. This does not instill confidence? No, not at all. So there goes my last speed up. But now I can go all out. Because the true form does, yeah, improve attack damage. I need 2 more red fruits. Fuck you. Fuck. Just level 30 him trust. Do I need to true form him? Or is level 30 enough, do you think? I think it'll pass? Okay. I was about to do some growing red. I won't use a rich cat this time. It should be fine without. I just wanted to see. Just under doubling his stats. Well, I mean, that's all I needed because I got the thing down to 6 mil. Or, sorry, 4 mil. Excuse me. So now we gotta watch all of this in half the speed we just watched it in. So how's your guys' day, chat? And then I'll still need to true form Necrodancer. Or should I try to beat Mecha Bun without Necrodancer, just to make it a little bit different? Because, I mean, I have anti-floating Ubers that can make up for the lack of Necrodancer. Like, I have Kai. I have Ava Unit. Ava Unit would actually be fun to use there. Just use Sanzo? Against Mecha Bun? No. Have you Have you ever tried using Sanzo against Mechabon? And has it ever worked out ideally for you? I used Dark Luna, Dark Phono, and Phonoa. Wow. Yes, it has? Well, you clearly had many other things to help assist Sanzo in that regard. Because Sanzo cannot be your only CC in that stage. First of all, because of money. Second of all, because of inconsistencies. And third of all, because they'll just walk into him whenever he gets knocked back and they'll all fucking die. In my professional opinion, Sanzo cannot be your only CC'er in that stage. Just because of how easy it is for a Sanzo stack to crumble. Unless you're just constantly spamming them, which that would cost so much money. And plus, that's not fun. That's the reason why I don't want to use Necrodancers, because it's not fun. Ba, 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 ba. A 10 range difference is a little harsh. You think? Yeah, it's not fun. That bitch moves up even a little bit, Sanzo's stack is dead. And either one can move forward. Actually, whenever it comes to Mechabun, either one, unless you're freezing him, either way, if either line pushes even a little bit, your stack dies. Like, that's just how Mechabun is. That's the biggest threat with Mechabun, and that's why freezing him is ideal, because then pushing forward doesn't harm you. And he can't push forward when he's frozen. And even if he is slown, a speed of 1 is the minimum that slow will set a unit to. And so it is definitely still possible for him to push into Sanzo's range eventually. Which is why you still have to meat shield so that he stops moving, but like, still. And I just hate the inconsistency with Sanzo. You're saying bruh, are you saying bruh because of how close that fucking was? This some bullshit? Yeah, don't. This'll be over real soon. Manic Lion spam. Here's an idea. Fuck you. I'm just gonna True Form Swordmaster. The True Form gives a damage bonus, which should be more than enough. If I dedicate myself to a strategy, I'm making it work, bruh. Really, bruh? At least give me the fruits instead of the seeds. Ramen works? I know what fucking works. I could use Manic Dark, Balrog, Ramen, Manic... Did I already say Manic Dark? Manic Dark. Manic Island, probably, maybe. Not really, actually. I could use Kazujizo. I could use a combination of a lot of things. But I want to use Swordmaster. Upgrade the cash because you couldn't send them out as fast without the speed up. Okay. You Balrog? I mean, I have him on the account. I hardly ever fucking use him. Because in early game, he sucks booty. He's mainly good for tower. And, like, I will use him for tower. Especially that one floor with fucking the Angel Clionel and Hanya. Fuck you, Lasvos. This dude's so desperate for attention, he halved his XP cost. Like, I'm still not leveling you up, buddy. Not to 30. It ain't worth it. Yo, Elemental Duelist. Fairness, Balrog used to be like, I think it was C or D tier for a good reason. Yeah, I know. I am aware. By the way, how much of a damage buff does Sword Duelist dude get from his true form? Like, how much of a difference is it? Because I doubt it's too big of a difference. Shit, my leaderships. Oh no, I have only 99 leaderships instead of my original 100. Oh no. Basically double DPS. Oh, that's some boring shit. Now this will be easy. Man, that's boring, bruh. So does that mean I should only spawn 25 of them? I have like 70 on my mini account. Leaderships are so easy to get. If you have 10 leaderships, like, if you have more than 10 leaderships, then you can feel free to spend them and you'll be fine. 10 leaderships, as long as you've done zombie outbreaks to get your energy up, that's more than enough for any sort of emergency. Needs to be over 30? No, even 30 is a lot. 30 is a lot. Like, I know people want to hoard their leaderships and shit, but like... Or are you talking about 30, like, duelists? Because that, I mean, I'm not counting. I'm just gonna keep spamming as much as I can. You know, like, duelists? Yeah. So there's a bunch of different things going on, but it's fine. I remember around UL, I was in a leadership depression. Now I've got a lot back. Well, chances are, if you're in a leadership depression, that means you're using too many. Which, I mean, that's perfectly fine. You're meant to use them. But don't be scared to use cat food on leaderships. Like, I feel like that's something a lot of people try to avoid, is using cat food for leaderships. But if you think about it, if the main thing that will benefit you in Battle Cats is to play more and, like, to have more energy, isn't that worth the 30 cat food? Like, as far as I'm concerned, that's worth it. Especially if it's like Treasure Festival, and you're trying to get some treasures. I feel like that's worth it, no? Like, I mean, sure, you can take your time, but like, if you want to speed past it at least. I guess. I mean, 30 cat food is not a lot, first of all. Second of all, gacha really isn't that important. Like, early game, sure. Like, early game, like an Empire of Cats and Into Future, sure. But like... You're still getting rare tickets. You can still spend your rare tickets on the gacha. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to... And it's not like you're spending that much on... Like, if it's one or two leaderships with cat food, then that's only 60. That's perfectly reobtainable. If I get a JP account, should I do gacha list? No, because for some reason, from my experience, Japanese accounts have the most goated gacha of all time. Come on, Elemental Duelist. Come on. Perfect. Gacha isn't that important. It's also entertaining UL without Can. Yeah. It'll be hell to grind. Like, the main thing about gacha is that it mainly helps you through early game. Later in the game, it's actually perfectly doable gacha list. It's mainly the early game. Ah, shit, I did it early. Want to know what unit you could have? You could have beat that with faster. A level 31 elemental duelist. You're so right. Should I try the same shot on this stage? Okay. So Shinobu can weaken, Kai can resist, and Sid can slow. That. Oh wait, no, I don't want Sid. I want. Oh well, maybe I do want slow instead of Ava unit because Ava unit can knock back, and that's not exactly ideal. And so those are my going. Those are my going to Ubers. Yep, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense, huh? So those are going to be my Ubers, and then I will use these, and then I will stack you, and then you. This is my strategy. Ava time? No, the knockback's bad. I wanted to use Ava. I wanted to because of the freeze, but the knockback and inconsistencies are tough. You want to watch Dr. Stone? Stink? No. Dr. Stone is not Dr. Eggman. Dr. Stone, I haven't seen Dr. Stone, but I've considered it. It's one of the like I've never seen it, so I don't know. You can go ahead though. Dude, I watched Witch Hat Atelier the other day. And by the other day, I mean I watched all of it yesterday, because yesterday I kind of went degen mode and just watched anime. The entirety of yesterday, I just watched anime. That's why I didn't do anything on stream or anything. But, Witch Hat Atelier, it's good. Keyfree is honestly one of my favorite characters in anime currently, simply because he gives off Gojo vibes, but he also, like, he's mysterious still. I don't know everything about him. It's basically Breaking Bad, but they're all high on weed. You're making a stoned joke. No, I get it. I get the joke, but I looked into the description of Dr. Stone one time, and it was like, these kids were, like, the world was turned to stone, and then these dudes reawoke somehow in the future world of what they something. A long time ago and thought it was peak, but I'm just putting it off now for no reason. That is perfectly fair. Don't worry, it is perfectly valid to put off peak. It's fine. I'm putting off One Piece. It's like my third favorite anime. Did I put My Hero above? I think I might have My Hero above One Piece, actually, so it would be my number 4. Do I even need to meat shield? I should probably still be spawning Kitty of Liberty. So Kai has gotten knocked back once already, which is not ideal considering the circumstances. But this is fine. Yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, well now I have to meat shield. Fuck. Fishman's not good without freeze. I always forget that on this stage. I mainly brought him for the little bun though. Holy shit, slime got a hit in. Actually shocking. Shinobu's still alive? Holy shit. Shinobu's cracked. I thought My Hero was bad. Is it just the fandom? It is the fandom. The fandom is by far the worst part of My Hero. If you hear anything... Okay, so how about you answer your own question for a second? Whenever you've heard people talk bad about My Hero, did they give details about the anime, or did they complain about the fandom? One Piece? Hey, shut up. One Piece is actually really good. You just gotta give it a little bit of time. Which I know, it's a lot of time, but... Every human is turned to stone, and the MC wakes up 3,000 years later, and throughout the whole story, he goes from Stone Age inventions all the way to radio and stuff. That sounds like... I mean... Eh. It was both from what I remember. I don't know a single person that's actually shat on the quality or the contents of the anime itself. I just know that people have seen the bad side of the My Hero fandom, and so they're like, it seems weird because everybody's like, oh my god, the main character's gay or something, right? Because like there's people that ship and all that. The ships don't actually happen. Like the gay ships or anything, they don't happen. If you like science and knowing how things work, it's a really good watch. I like that stuff, but it's not something I'm gonna watch for. Like that's something I like learning about in real life, not for actually like. It's not something I like in an anime. Like my anime pick is kind of my anime like taste is kind of particular. But, eh. I mean, I say that I've seen some of the fucking romance slop that anime has, and like it's kind of. So maybe I just don't feel like watching Doctor Stone. I'm more into action if I'm going to actually like watch a full-blown anime. Which I'm sure Doctor Stone is action. I do it all again 3 more times? Yeah, hard pass. I'm just glad I can get epic cat fruit seeds now. I can finally true form Yami. Power scale? Okay, power scaling is entirely the fandom. Okay, that's still the fandom. That's not the anime. That is the fandom. Like, the biggest problem with My Hero is the fandom. And plus, power scalers are just the worst side of anime, period. There are power scalers in all anime fandoms. It is not just My Hero. High school versus a guy who constantly works out. I think that's a huge understatement for Goku. Because the thing there is that, like, the Goku verse, the Dragon Ball verse is just so obscenely strong that it's really hard to win against anybody in the Dragon Ball verse just because of how strong of a verse it is. Like it's just unfair for whoever they're going against. Now, Deku is very strong, right? But like I think my least favorite part about people gassing up Deku and all that is that they take him at his peak. And like they completely ignore the fact that I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but they take him at his peak, which he does go downhill. He does get weaker in the story. And so like I don't like that people will just only consider his peak. Bro literally peaked in high school. Basically an isekai, but in the real world. That's cool. So would that be a reverse isekai? But yeah, My Hero, like it's a good anime. I just don't like power scaling. However, somebody tries to power scale, I'll argue. I still don't have the NP for that. Legend Quest? No. It's not even worth it. Like, Legend Quest rewards are so dog shit. Like, it's not worth it. I'm pretty sure you get, like, 1 rare ticket for beating the entire thing, or something. There's no plat shard. There's no plat ticket. There's no cat food, really. Like, it's not worth it. Relic Bun scares me too, since my only anti-relic right now is an untalented Ruri. AKA, I don't have an anti-relic. Free rewards are free rewards? My time is not what I would consider to be free. Yeah, these are the only anti-relics I have. the reward for beating SOL is just what it unlocks, but at least you get more progression. There's no progression in Legend Quest. You guys think I get Kenshin? When the next anniversary? Soon, I think. Your only anti-relic is Meowsketeer. Still better off than I am. I should probably not be giving plush levels to Jiangxi. It's not really that worth it. Why not roll for Gravy? Because I want Kenshin. And plus, in my opinion, Kenshin would be a better anti-relic, especially for Relic Bun Bun. And plus, I don't think you realized why I was rolling for Kenshin. Or why I said I was rolling for Kenshin. Because I like Kenshin a lot. Greedy ticket spending habits. Yeah. You have to use 200 NP to make them good against Relic anyways. True. And I already have to do that for Ruri. What do you think of Dahlia-san, the Uber Rare? I know he's an Uber Rare. Dahlia-san's fucking crazy. He hasn't been talked about since his release, really. Because, like, even his true form didn't bring people to talk about him a lot. But he's really good. The fish is really good. I don't remember the strategy with Kai. Like, I genuinely don't remember the strategy. Is it literally just, like, use Kai and Fishman? Is that just the entire strategy? I feel like it might be the entire strategy. Heavenly Tower type shit? Even, it's not even just his base stats. His CC against floating and angel is really good. His Savage Blow, I think in true form is like 30% chance. My ticket spending habit is that I allow myself to roll in fast or limited banners, but unless it's collab or superfest, I can't go below a multiple of 5. Okay. My ticket spendings are I don't care enough. Yeah, Dahlia-san, it's crazy though. Absolutely fucking crazy. Do I have anything immune to explosion? No. So I should just use combos, right? So like maybe an attack up combo? And then I can also use Ganglion for a strong. I don't think strong will do anything, but okay. I don't know who to draw Shinobu for. Maybe this guy. I get enough tickets to roll the next Uber. If I'm at 27 tickets, I don't go below 25. That's fair. For me, I just spend them. Like, I don't really see any point in saving them. Like, unless there's like a collab coming up, which honestly, the main thing I do with collabs is save up cat food. Saving up cat food is the only thing I do for collabs, just because the guaranteed Uber rolls are way more worth it than the rare ticket rolls. And so, like, I just don't see any point in saving that many tickets. And since I'm not seed tracking, it's hard to really regret anything, because for all I know, I just get really unlucky, you know? I'm gonna try this. Starfy's soundtrack is so good. 9% for Ubers is way more worth than 5%, right? Yeah, but I also don't like... I also would like to be able to get legend rares from other banners. So it's not even just that it's not even just that it's about the Ubers. It's also like if I do all my rolls on Fest, then like I'll never get any variety in my shit, you know? I should have gotten Kai closer to the base. And I forgot that there were moths at the beginning, so I don't actually require a rich cat. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. You can't be bothered with legend rares. Cool. What? I have no idea how Slime got hit there. What? Oh, fuck off. I wasn't expecting that to knock him back. If they happen, they happen. Well, I'm not going for them, but like I remember this one time, right? I did a random, just singular rare ticket draw on Dark Heroes, and I got Professor Abyss. Like, I didn't do anything with increased odds. I didn't do anything special. I just did a singular rare ticket draw, and I got a legend rare. So, like, ever since that happened, I was like, okay, well, like, since the chance is still there, what's the worst that can happen when I use a rare ticket? Like, get NP? Like, that's still value. Like, I really couldn't care less. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this stage, but I might as well try. Speaking of legend rares, who should I go for? Stop it with your seed tracking. You clearly have more than you already need. Yeah, but it's a free legend rare. Nothing's free in this game. People have an illusion of it being free just because it doesn't actually cost anything, but it does cost you your time. And I think time is an underrated cost, or it's like an undermined cost. Did he not even get that hidden? Well, Kai's already dead. And Slime's not actually fast enough to get in there. I don't like the explosion hitbox. It's much more finicky than the wave hitbox. See what I mean? It was clearly gone there, and it still hit everything. Underrated resource? Probably. Because, like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to spend so many hours playing Battle Cats and being like, oh, but it's free value. Like, no, it's costing me a lot of my time, and I don't want to spend all my life playing Battle Cats. Especially if I'm not streaming it, right? Like, currently I'm streaming it, so I am getting something additional out of it. But, like, in terms of just, like, if I was playing it just on my own, out of my own free will, in my own free time, I don't think I wouldn't care. Like, it's... Son of a bitch! God damn it. Come on, Ganglion. The only mobile game that doesn't have constant problems? Yeah, but it also takes up so much of your time. Like, imagine So this is just my new account, right? Imagine what else I could have done with these 152 hours just on this alt account. Like, it's something that I don't think a lot of people realize. I'm never getting these 152 hours back, and I'm still going to continue playing this account and all that. On my main account, I have almost 900 hours. It's still fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it's fun, right? I'm getting entertainment value out of it and all of that stuff. But what if I'm forcing myself to do it for the rewards in the game rather than have fun? Because me personally, I wouldn't have fun seed tracking. I wouldn't have fun just going through the game recklessly, being like, oh, I'm doing Legend Quest for the rewards, right? I wouldn't have fun doing Legend Quest. Legend Quest is boring as hell to me. That's why I don't do any of the gauntlets and shit. Like, it's not fun to me. That's why I haven't done 4 Crown UL. Or 2 or 3 Crown UL either. Like, it's just not fun to me. And so I'm not going to do all of that just because of the rewards, you know? I'm gonna do what I have fun doing. And so, like, if you have fun doing Legend Quest, go ahead, right? But it's not worth your time for anything other than fun. The rewards aren't what you're doing it for. You know what I mean? If you're going to do something, don't say you're doing it for the rewards, say you're doing it for fun, because at least you're self-aware that you're doing it for the entertainment value, not for what you're getting out of it, because truly, you're not getting much out of it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't seed track. 'Tis no fun to have my cake and eat it when it tastes so bland. True, I'd rather have a lemon cake full of non-predictability, full of surprise. Yeah, Bahamut Cat's trial is still going to be something I can't do right now. How do people do it? Like, I'm genuinely curious, because I'm sure there are people that have beaten it before beating Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3. How? Because, like, I don't have Rock currently. Although Rock would be nice for it. Boulder. Before Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3. Before beating Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3. Because you unlock Bahamut Cat's trial after Empire of Cats, or Cats of Cosmos Chapter 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and assume that most people do Cats of Cosmos before beating SOL. That's kind of just my assumption, but... cheesing it? I mean, with what? Because even with Kai, one of the best anti-floating tankers, he just murders her. So, like, what is there to cheese it? Guess it's different mindsets. I don't care if I seed track. I use it as a resource to get new stuff. So at what point does it become a chore to play Battle Cats? Because that's kind of what I experienced, right? Before I took a break, like back in November, I stopped playing Battle Cats because like it started feeling like a chore. I stopped having fun playing it. So like, as far as I'm, like, I have other things that can entertain me. I have other things I want to do, and I have, like, you know, there's all of that. And so like, it just becomes not fun to play Battle Cats anymore. Especially if you're only looking at it as, look at what I can get rather than look at how much fun this is. Because at what point does it become more of doing and getting rather than just playing a game and having fun? Is there a base clip strat? I didn't think there was. I figured there was anti-cheese. I was pretty devastated when I lost my first account. Getting a legend rare at the beginning of my current account kept me playing. Did you seed track that legend rare? Because like for me, if I got a legend rare at the beginning of an account based on RNG, that would be like, oh my god, it's trying to get me to play the game more, you know? But like if I were to seed track it, that would feel cheap. I would feel almost wrong doing that. Like I figured it had the base barrier, but I have no idea. But like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't have fun if I didn't earn. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess if you want to do something, go ahead. But like, for me, it wouldn't feel like I earned a legend rare if I were to you know, C-Track to get it. Like, it doesn't feel earned, and so it doesn't feel good. In my opinion, like, whenever it comes to games like Battlecats, it feels good to do things on your own. It feels good to actually play the game legit, you know? It feels good, and, you know, that's fun for me. But maybe, I mean, you're right. It is just different mindsets. My earliest units were the base cats and Tyrant. Okay. Like, in my opinion, it would be more fun to have Kachi Kachi, you know what I mean? But, like, I feel like Tyrant would be slow and stuff like that. Like, not only did you get a legend rare that you didn't earn, but it's also not a fun one to use because he's so slow and stuff. Especially for early game. And, like, with collab Ubers, I would even understand that because, like, they're unique. They're different. They are characters that you can recognize from elsewhere outside of the game. How the fuck do you C-Track when I just started the game? Bitch, I don't know. You said normal base cats and Tyrant. You don't start off with one rare ticket. You get more than that. Thank you for the follow, Flupa. Hello. Isn't all of early game slow? Yeah, but like imagine having Tyrant as your legend rare for that. And by the way, if you got Tyrant with RNG, why did that transform into you C-tracking everything? How are you? I'm good, bro. I am good. I just beat SOL earlier today. And so I'm just yapping, basically. I remember having Lumina at Chapter 2 of VOC and thinking it was trash because I didn't know it was meant for aliens. And that's kind of the thing about Battlecats. Like, a lot of the fun is learning everything for the first time. And so you won't ever have that fun again after the first time. Which is unfortunate, but it's just the way the world works. You can't just forget. I had Gian and Babel, but I got Bananas. Oh, banned. How? Wait, Battlecats banned you? Why? Tyrant, Lumi, and Izanami were pre-tracking. I didn't know Tyrant was awful, but he was so good early game. Well, he's good, yeah. But he's still slow. And Tyrant isn't awful. Get that out of your fucking mind. Tyrant's not awful. I evolved GN for the stats. Yeah, 2 big ones. But yeah. Like, if you got all of that without tracking, why did you ever start tracking? Is the thing. Because, like, how do you go from getting legend rares naturally and being like, oh my god, a legend rare, to, oh my god, another legend rare. Oh my god, an Uber that I totally didn't know I was getting. Oh my god, this and oh my god, I earned all of this. Oh my god, this is so unpredictable. It's a gacha game where I don't know anything that's happening. Oh my god, it's so exciting. Totally, that's totally the gameplay with C-tracking. Oh my god, this game totally doesn't surround around a gacha that's RNG based, and I'm just manipulating it so that I get what I want. Oh my god. You're almost as fun just by being slow. I like using combos to get his stats like crazy numbers. No, like, I'm not saying slow units can't be fun. I'm saying in terms of early game, since the main thing is grinding out treasures, I don't want slow. I wouldn't say that slow is fun. Because, like, imagine having Deer Almost for Empire of Cats. Like, as your only unit. You don't even have Cyborg or Paris, sorry, for the first form. You don't even have Paris yet. You just immediately have Deer Almost and nothing else. Would that be fun? Would that be as fun as, like, having the ability to use Thief Cat properly for once? Or being able to use Maximum Fighter, like his first form, Thor Cat, without it being like, oh my god, you're throwing, why are you using that guy? Because, like, he's actually somewhat decent. Because he can tank a little bit early game. Especially against having a red niche. Like, I feel like, to me, it'd be more fun to, you know, use different units rather than just one Tyrant or Diramos, who takes a million years to obtain because, you know, you have to upgrade your cat wallet, you have to save up for it because you don't have treasures, and, like, just to, like, use that and, like, nothing else. I didn't know that I have to wait 90 days for logging in again, and I deleted the game because I wanted to try the modded version, and now somebody... Well, if you have a modded version, then no shit, you got banned. Like, they've never allowed mods, and hell, they don't even encourage emulators. Like, even though it's still people playing the game, they don't encourage it, so... I already did so much of the game when I started tracking. Well, no, but, like, but, like, I get that, but you can still get new things, right? As somebody who never C-tracked on my main account, I got new things. Especially since, like, the later into the game, the more you can get rare tickets, the more you can grind, that kind of thing, right? So it's like, it becomes easier to get the resources to get new things. And so it doesn't really get to a point to where it's like, oh my god, duplicate after duplicate after duplicate. And, like, if you're complaining about duplicates, take the NP. Especially if the duplicates are something with an ultra form or ultra talents. Use the duplicates. Get yourself an ultra talent or ultra form. Like, I've never, like, obviously we see things different ways, you know, like, obviously opinion, we've already had this conversation before. What I mean is, like, I've just never understood how it adds anything to the gameplay. At least we have free speed up soon enough so it won't be that big of an issue anymore. I guess that is true. I've never C-tracked because I never knew it even existed. Yeah, it exists. Do you think C-tracking ruins an account? No. I don't think it ruins an account. I think it ruins somebody's fun. Because, in my opinion, I see Battle Cats as a gacha game, not as a strategy game necessarily. So, like... Or at least it's primarily a gacha game and strategy second, rather than the other way around. And so you're partially ruining the game for yourself if you're C-tracking. Because, like, you're losing the entire gacha aspect, essentially. But, like, it's still fine. Like, it's up to the person. If you don't have fun with the gacha and you just want to have a strategy game, then go ahead. But maybe that's just me. It's not banned on this account after I got banned. I made a new account when I deleted the original. I tried the APK version for fun, and after 2 weeks to download the original game, I got, holy... You're giving me a stroke. I don't know what the hell you're saying. I get it. You got banned, got different accounts, shit like that. Type shit or something. Like, holy fuck. You're just ranting about what the hell is happening on your accounts. And I don't understand. On my old phone, I just figured out I had Casley. Damn. Which Casley? Dasley or the white one? White one? I mean, that's still really good. It's not banned. It's just for no dupes. Okay. Alright. Or cat food? No dupes or cat food? How do you have no cat food? What? Holy ball for music choice? This? The one that's currently playing or the one that was just playing? Ask AI about this 90 days period if you can, right? Real quick? No, because I don't fucking care. A 90-day period? I don't care. If I recall my old account, I completed all main story areas up to Musashi and SOL. Cool. Okay, it's no problem. Sorry if I'm being mean. I don't know what the whole 90-day period is, but like I also don't care enough. I'm getting on my Japanese account real quick. It's only for Google linked account? Well, yeah, they don't want you going back and forth between devices. The linked account is so that you can keep it on your primary device. They don't want you going back and forth between different devices. How good is Urun Wolf, if you would say, because I've used it some and don't know what to think about it? Urun Wolf is pretty much nothing more than an average backliner. But with the 10% knockback chance, it can be very good occasionally, but eh. Do 2 to 4 star SOL? Why? Like we just talked about how I don't have fun doing things like that. And so I'm just not gonna do it because I don't have fun doing it and I see no value in doing it. Followed you, just saw this channel 7 minutes ago. I did see your follow. I'm pretty sure I thanked you, but thank you again for following. Urun Wolf is fine. Like, she's fine. Once you get her true form, she's better, but still nothing crazy. What about ID? ID is really good for relics. Arguably one of the best anti-relics in the game. However, I think Earl True Form kind of takes that just because of support being so valuable. And plus range, and you can't rush everything, you know? But ID is really good. Should I open the Almighties or wait for Epic Fest? Do whatever, bruh. Like I said earlier, one of my legend rares on my old account was literally from me doing a single draw on Dark Heroes. A single rare ticket on Dark Heroes, and I got a legend rare. So like, honestly, I have nothing against just doing random draws on random banners every now and then. I have nothing against it. Do you think much about the meaning of life and getting meaning out of how we choose to spend it? These conversations got me feeling real philosophical. Here's the thing. I like having fun, right? I want to live life in my own way where I'm not just slaving away in some sort of place that I don't want to be. If that makes sense. I want to have fun. Like, that's part of the reason why I don't have some sort of public service job, you know? Or customer service job, I mean. Like, I don't even have a job, really. Like, I don't care what other people say living life should be like. I don't care what other people say I should do. I don't care about any of that. I do what I want. I live life by having fun. Especially since I'm so young. I'm not even 18 yet. I turned 18 this month, by the way. Like, of course you don't have a job, you're 17. You'd be surprised. There are people, like, in my country at least, it's normal to be getting a job when you're fucking 15 and 16. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's normal. It's encouraged to get a job at my age. And so, like, I'm one of the few people that I know to not have a job yet. And that's not changing this year. That's not gonna change until probably a year from now. And like, I just like having fun. I don't like doing what people think I should do. I do what I want. And it's one of those things where I think that for me is the way for me to live. So I mean, that's kind of it. Like, spend your time doing what you want, you know? The meaning of life, you are your own meaning in a sense. Because everybody's going to live a different life. Nobody can tell you what to do, what not to do. Nobody can tell you any of that. Nobody can tell you what's going to happen in your future. The only way to live is to live. And in my opinion, you should live how you want rather than how somebody else wants you to. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a fucking dumbass. Maybe I'm stupid because I'm only 17 and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I don't think a lot of those are maybes. Okay, Socrates, I like philosophy. Like, I mean, haven't really studied it at all, but like, I like philosophy. Does this count as Hope Core? I don't know what the fuck that is. Call me uncle you want. I think we like looking for a meaning because we crave to make the most of things. We want to make something out of nothing. That's what we want to do, and that's kind of something that like I have thought about a lot. Is that like, why do we try to make things out of nothing? Why do I have to be doing this and this, you know? Why am I expected to drive a car? Why am I expected to have a car and drive when it's, you know, like, I don't need it. Why am I expected to have things that I don't need or do things that I don't want, you know? We make things out of nothing all the time. And I think that is stupid. I need to get in this bitch's blind spot, but that's really tough whenever Shadowbox or K's are the strongest pieces of shit in the world. Jizo, carry. Jizo, carry me more. D'Artagnan's still in the... How? This guy's not the one with the blind spot, is he? I'm stupid. And there's another one. Okay. Do you feel valued? How lonely do you have to be to think that your actions are what give you value rather than the people around you? Why can you not have value by your family, you know? Your friends, your all that stuff. Right? Because like as far as I'm concerned, my value is the value I give to other people. And like I do a lot more for other people by making YouTube videos than anything I could ever do in terms of like an actual job. Since the universe consisted of stars and all that material became something after billions of years, you technically were made of stardust. Sorry, we're. Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, our body is just a bunch of different molecules that the rest of the world is also made of. We just are composed of different makeups of the same elements and stuff. The same atoms. You know? It's the way of life. And that's not really philosophy, that's just science. I love science. I love science too. And yet I'm a fucking idiot. What about Heavy Jack? I think he's good. What do you think about him? I like Heavy Jack. He, on one of my alt accounts, absolutely carried me in everything Aku. So, that was fun. But, like, in terms of other usage, she's not really that special. Are you going to continue playing? Yeah. I was watching an ad, sorry. Because the boss was at 1% HP and I wasn't about to have that. What do you think of the Philly Buster theme song? It's great. Why are you having a Q&A with me? I said that because you're better than me. I just don't want to regret opening Almighty's. What? Nobody is better than anybody. Okay. Watch this Uber, specifically Sakura. Watch. It's just in the game, so someone is better than someone, just the truth. Depends on what you mean by better. Because, like, farther into the game, sure, but that doesn't mean they're better. You know? If two people were at the same part of the game and somebody was better at doing stages, where's the proof? You know? They just do stages differently, right? There's not really a better way of doing it. As long as they're beating stages, they're beating them fine. You know? So I'm not any better than you, I'm just more experienced than you. Sorry, we were in a philosophy talk, and so it got me thinking. It got me thinking too much. I be thinking a little too much. No, sorry, let me turn my ego back on. I am better! You know? I'm the best one here. I know everything. You guys know shit. That fact probably made no sense. Hey man, that's not an Uber? Man, I'm sorry. I was wrong. See, I'm not better. Who completes the stage faster with lower attempts? I mean, that's still not really better because different stages have reward different play styles. So like if one person beats one stage supposedly better than another, then what about a different stage, you know? I know what you meant. But there are probably thousands of stages in this game. It would be impossible for one person to be better than the other at all of them, especially if they had the same resources. Philosophy. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, so no one person is better than another. I'm losing my mind because of this game. I've been at the same Cat Claw Dojo stage for over a year now. Sucks to suck. Which stage is it? Is it like one of the 12s or is it something farther? Or more behind, sorry. Wait, why the fuck did I look at chat and see an incest message? Let me look back at that. Another fun fact, since we likely all come from one point in life because of evolution, we have been doing a lot of incest. Okay. So, the thing is, there's a good chance that not all of us came from the same ancestor. I don't think there was only one starting point of humankind. I don't think it all started in one place. But I mean, I guess there is a good chance that we did all start in one place. We're like, what? The story is that we all started in Africa, right? And then we moved out from there. I mean, I guess even if that was the case, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Incest is everywhere. Do you have all the Grays cats on this account? I think so. Yeah. The first stage of 8-star, the stupid lemur is killing my backliners because it's boosted like shit. Well, maybe treasures are the problem. Do you have all alien treasures? I have all alien treasures, then do you have a solid anti-alien? And how is the lemur killing your backline? Don't you have meat shields? Lemur has single targeting. If you have a bunch of meat shields up front, you can tank them. I know some people around my area have a similar last name to me, and looking far enough back on my family tree, I see that last name, so I associate that I'm related to them. I mean, there's a lot of relations that can happen. Like, there's a reason why people can accidentally, like, I don't know, fuck their cousin. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it would be more so, like, distant cousin, because I think most people know who their direct cousins are. Like, their primary cousins, but, like, it happens. Like, there's a lot of relations to be had. It somehow one-shots my Seafarers. Don't they have Survival Lethal Strike? So they can't be one-shotting. At least a chance to Survival Lethal Strike, I guess. Yeah, now it's a skill issue. This isn't Alabama or Olive Garden? Damn, I really thought it was. My bad. Let me get a green screen so that I can make it look like I'm in an Olive Garden. Oh, I have to do the stage slowly? Fuck off. Oh wait, no, I have to do it quickly. I'm a little bit stupid. I love how you know the name of the stage even though the name's not there. But yeah, torture room. If it's a skill issue yet, for some reason I can't kill Lemur and Alpaca. Ursa Major's just fucked me over. That is so valid. Ursa Major do be sucking a bunch of dick though. When I was on my starts, I was thought of Noah Pro plays the original game. I don't know how to read. He literally posts every mod he sees. You know, I don't care for mods that much. Like, I don't know. The energy amount is lower. Well, it's Wednesday. It's half cost. Energy is all half. You mean lower than the rest, though? That also makes sense. I never use them. Cool. I've been streaming longer than I expected to, bro. After this sub-chapter I'm ending, I doth declare it. So get in what you want to say before I... It is a long stream. I think you started noticing that I was getting tired or something, but this is this is a long stream. For me, at least. Get Neandum? Oh, that's the one after this, right? Yeah, I can get Neandum. Not because of half cost, but some gimmick stages are lower in energy cost. I know. Everything before that stage was easy, yet for some reason I can do CO2C, yet that stupid lemur like 2 shots my anti-aliens. Well, yeah, they're meant to be boosted. It's not meant to be an easy stage. The Cat Claw dojo... Imagine going to a dojo in real life, right? And expecting it all to just be easy, like, oh, wow, good job, honey, you got a participation trophy, you get to move on to the next round. Like, no, it's meant to be difficult. It's meant to be a challenge. What is the name of the cat who walks on sticks? Stilts? Cat? Literally named after what those sticks are called, stilts. Stilts knocks back angels. And, like, it's fine. Thanks for talking philosophy with us, Bray. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's probably the stupidest philosophy you've ever heard, but yeah. How can I make this about Luminalia? I don't know. Try your best. Do other countries have senior quotes? Like whenever you graduate from, for me it's high school, but for other people it's probably like secondary or something. Did you ever use it? Acrobats is the true form of it, and I think I've maybe very rarely. It's not one I go out of my way to use. I did karate in IRL. I know, yeah, how it can go easy from the I know it, yet how can it go from easy at 7 stars to me getting my shit rocked in the first... Well, guess what? Because 7 stars meant for a different point in the game. Like... It's all about relativity, right? Like, let's say in terms of a dojo, right? You start off as an adult, right? Let's say you start off at 18. They have kid dojos there too. So let's say stars 1 through 7 are all kids younger than you. And then finally, in 8 star, you're going against another 18-year-old. And so they're finally, you know, on your same level. Like, you can beat them, but it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? Rather than before, you knew you could beat them easily because they were younger and less developed. And just overall easy because you're more prepared than they are. You know what I mean? I'm not from Europe or NA. How much do you rate my English from 1 out of nothing? 1 out of 10? It's fine. I mean, it's a little hard to read at times, but it's good for not being... Well, you said you weren't from Europe or NA. Does that mean that your primary language isn't English? Because you could have just said that. But yeah, if your first language wasn't English, then you have pretty good English. English is a really hard language to learn. Alright, one more sub chapter you talked me into it. I'm from USA, yet my English is ass. Honestly though, same here. Like, there's nobody that's truly good at English. And if you're about to just be like, oh, but my English teacher, no, they're not good at English, because guess what? They still stutter. Everybody stutters. How fluffy would you say Luminalia is? I don't fucking know. Which pixie works best with Luminalia? Luminalia works best alone because the weaken, if it got overlapped, it would be worse. And I mean, I guess you could say Bora because of his damage and like making up for her lack of damage, Luminalia, because she doesn't have that much damage. Well, at least not that much specialist damage. So like, I guess. I feel that it's not that hard, but the people makes it look way harder than it is. Well, I think the main reason why people say that English is the hardest language to learn is because of how many rules it has that contradict each other. Like, it's very contradictory, and that's why if somebody starts off knowing a different language and moves into English instead of being raised with it, then it would be really difficult. And like, maybe it's not that difficult, I don't know. It was my first ever language, so to me it was just like natural to learn because it's what I grew up with and I was used to it. And I've never learned a different language, so I have nothing to compare it to. But like, still. It all depends on the person. As English as a primary language, I don't know what half the words I'm seeing. There are also a lot of words. That is true. But that's just because there's a lot of shit in the world. Imagine we didn't have a name for everything that was slightly different. Like medicine. Imagine we just called everything medicine. Like, what if you were given the wrong medicine? Oh, you were given medicine A, not medicine B. Like, that would get confusing. Like, we gotta have names for this. Like, oh, we gave you methamphetamine instead of Tylenol, you know? Like, a lot of stupid English speakers. True. The fear of long words. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I would hope. Chat, you're lucky I haven't run out of energy yet. But I'm this close. I am very close to being so done. You tell someone with that phobia what phobia they have, they're going to ship bricks. Well, good thing it's a rare phobia. I see England people saying I thinked, I failed, I failed. Well, yeah. There's different forms of English. That might also be why it's one of the hardest languages, because like it contradicts itself. Like, not even like in terms of like its rules, just in terms of like who speaks it. They do different things. They have different shit. And then there's also the stupid people that just don't know what they're saying. Irregular verbs is hard. Well, that right there is still like incorrect technically. Irregular verbs, since verbs there is plural, it would be are hard. Like it's just we got a lot of rules. Like we got a lot of rules in this language, and that's why it's difficult. There are lots of stupid people. Well, yeah, but that's just a universal thing. That's not just English. I know I can do mistakes. I can make mistakes as well. Everybody does. Everybody does. I don't know why my arms are feeling stiff. If I remember correctly, during World War II, Nazi Germany gave soldiers meth? Probably. I wouldn't fucking doubt it. Whenever the English people originally moved to the US, they started trading tobacco and shit, so like, you know? There's a lot of interesting things. Bro, flip the thing that we were talking about 180 degrees. Yeah. We can talk about war, that's fine. And we can also talk about crystal meth. Jesse! Jesse! I can't. I don't have enough energy to actually do an impression. Fuck. Walter. 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 What's he, how's he pronounce it? Walter? Walter. I don't know. What is 297 times 120? So that would be... So about 36 with 3 extra zeros. So 36,000. Or would that be 300? No, yeah, that is 36,000 just about, but minus 360. So 36,000, 35,640. Do it on a calculator, see if I was right. 35,640. Or at least that was my answer. Hot take war is bad. L war. Chat, am I a math nerd? Oh, I actually wanted somebody to check me there. Was I right? I mean, I guess I could check it. And when I say check me, I don't mean do it yourself. I mean get a fucking calculator. It's not that hard. 127. No. 120 times 297. I was right. I'm waiting for sending a gift. I have 400 and something. Cool. Fuck you in that math. I had enough of an aneurysm, or however the hell you spell it, having to figure out the area of a circle using pi during math class. The area of a circle is that not just 2 times pi squared? Sorry, 2 times the radius times pi squared? Or something? Is it not that? I might be wrong. I don't think the 2 in the square, and so is it just pi times radius squared? That seems wrong. It is 2 times pi times radius squared, or however you... It is just to the square, it's not 2. Which one has the 2 in the front? They never taught it to us? Well, I'm getting it wrong, so clearly it's not just a teaching thing, it's just I'm a fucking stupid thing. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Well, whenever it comes to circles or any shape with a circle in it, chances are you're going to have pi and radius in the formula. So all it comes down to is what you're looking for. With a circle, I think Hyper is right. Area of a circle is just pi times radius squared. I do believe that is right. And then there's, like, with cylinders, you have surface area, or like, I think cones as well for that. And then spheres, I don't know spheres very well. I don't know spheres at all. 2 times 3 times x. Well, no, you can't round pi to 3. Otherwise, you won't get as accurate of an answer. You want to round at least to the 10th. And honestly, if you really want it to be ideal, you would round to probably the... 1000th. So 3 decimal points, I would probably say would give you the best result. Because what? Pi is 3.14... Is it 3.14159? Is that what it is? So then 3.1415. So it would be 3.142 if you wanted to round it. But most people just do 3.14. My math teacher never taught us anything about the radius of a circle, nor... Well, radius of the circle is just half the diameter. The diameter being the straight line from one end of the circle to the other. It's not too complicated. If you wanted to learn it bad enough, a simple search would be able to give you the answer you're looking for. That's a good thing about living in the common or current days, is that you can just look anything up. And what pi is, if you want to know what pi is, it's the ratio of the circumference divided by the diameter. That's it, right? Yeah, I didn't think it would be on a test if they never said anything about it. Well, a lot of... That's probably due to one of your past teachers failing to teach you something about it. And then your current teacher just not giving a shit. Like, it's a combination of different problems. Different errors in the education thing. The reason why... So the state that I live in has pretty terrible education. And that could be said about a lot of states in the US. But, like, the main reason why my education is so terrible is because teachers are having to slow down to make sure that the kids are actually learning and, like, to keep them high grades and stuff. And so since they're slowing down the next year teachers' job or abilities to, you know, teach the students. So it's like every year they keep having to slow down, and it's just getting tougher and tougher. So we're learning less and less, but they do still try to review. However, they do also expect you to know what you should know, and that's just tough shit. We got the circle radius before studying it. The teacher wrote the questions. Yeah, some teachers just don't give a shit. It's fine. It happens. A little bit after first 50. Yeah, I never memorized that much. That memorizing pi was never something I was good at. I only remember 3.14159. So it's 3.141592589793238642643. Dude, two threes in a row, damn. Yeah, pi is infinitely long. I never watched a song. I've never heard the Pi song, but I know of its existence because that's what other people say. Like, oh, I memorized the song. Like, what song? I never had the song. Am I getting another rare ticket? No. I am from Turkey. Ooh. Do people from Turkey speak like what language do they speak? I want to say Dutch, but that's got to be wrong because Germans speak Dutch. Because Dutchland, you know, Germany, same thing. Poland upscale. Damn. What the hell does Turkey speak? There's no way they have a language called Turkish, right? Shit, they might. Man, I don't have enough energy. I don't want to use a leadership just for one stage. Shit, it's called Turkish. Fuck. I'm a goddamn idiot. I remember one time out of nowhere, this was like 2 to 3 years ago, my teacher straight up test about decimals, even though we haven't reviewed it in like months. How do you forget how to do decimals though? Like especially if you're allowed calculators between, as long as you have a calculator, decimals and fractions are really easy. It was like you can just transform one to the other. It was multiplying and dividing. Well, let me get. I'm gonna do something. I'm done with the game, but I'll give you a math lesson. I'll be the one to recap you. I'll be the one to recap you. So, so a fraction, right? 1/3 times 1/3, right? This is probably the easy stuff you were being given if you didn't review it at all. Because remember, teachers will sometimes give tests just to see where their students are at, like what they need to teach. So something you need to remember is that you multiply these by each other. So you multiply the 1s by each other and you multiply the 3s by each other. So you get 1/9. And then if you really want to get complex, you can put that in a square root. And mind-blowingly, it's 1/3. Because this is the same thing as 1/3 squared, but you have to have the parentheses there. So if you want to have your mind blown, there's the extra square mile. Get it? Square mile. I'm not funny. But yeah, fractions. And then decimals? Oh yeah, I mean, let me erase everything. With decimals, sorry, I guess I could have kept it on here. With decimals, so like 0.25 times 0.75. So this one, So what you can do is you can do 25. Ignore my terrible handwriting. No, sorry. I don't want that line. 25 times 75. So then 5. Carry the 2 because it's 5 times 5 is 25. So 10, 12. And then keep the place. Like you got to hold the 0 there for keeping place. So 7 times 5 is 35. So then you carry the 3 here. And so 14, 17. And so then 5, 7, 8, 1. But you have decimals with 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. You have 4 places after the decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the decimal here. There's your answer. Because remember, they're both decimals. Flupa, you were almost right. If this decimal wasn't here and it was just 0.25 times 75, then you would have been right. It would have been 18.75. But this is a 0.75. So you have 4 things after the decimal. So it's 0.1875. I was simply getting fractions shoved down my throat. Also, hell no is like 15.421 times 47.252. Well, use a fucking calculator. What kind of... In the big 26, what kind of teacher doesn't allow you to use a calculator? So, like, that would be easy. We had no calculator either. Well, then you just have terrible fucking teachers. Because, like, that's a lot of fucking numbers. And I mean, I guess, theoretically, I could do it. Like, it's possible. Because, like, the numbers you said were what? They were 15... 4, 21 times 47.252. So yeah, if you just multiply both of them by 1,000, you can do 15, 421 times 47.252. Terrible fucking handwriting. I don't understand how you're expected to do this because, like, I mean, the best way to do it would be to, like, do long multiplication, I guess, without a calculator. So then it would be 2, 4, 8, 10, 3. And then 0, 5, 10, 1, 2, 7, 7, 0, 0, 2, 4, 8, 10, 3, 0, 0, 0, 7, 14, 9, carry the 2, 7, 37, but 10, 0. Just like I would hold up. I gotta expand a little bit. And then 0, 0, 0, 0, 4. I probably did something wrong. 8, 6, carry 1, 21, 6. I had to have done this wrong somewhere. Making mistakes in something this big is easy. But, so that's, I think that's a 5. That's, so carry the 1, 2, 6, 13, 1, 4, 7, 11, 19, 23, 27, 2, so that's 9, 6, 26, 5, 12, 18, 2, and then 7. And then you just bring back the 6 places after the decimals, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 728.67392. Like, I don't know if this is right because I definitely could have messed up my number somewhere. My handwriting's so bad I could have also mistaken a number for a different one. But like, this is, I think, if I did it right, then this should be the right answer. But it took a little while. We went from Battlecast to studying math. Well, math is important. This looks like a lot of math. It's a lot. It's a lot of numbers, that's for sure. Hold up, let me see if I actually got the same answer as I should have with the calculator. So 15.421 times 47.252. No, wait, it did it zero? 47.252. I did it exactly right. I know. I did it exactly right. I'm a fucking nerd. It is basic math. It's just a lot of it. Yeah. So, yeah, if you had to do this problem without a calculator, your teacher fucking hated you. But in terms of school, a lot of what probably teaching should look like is giving you hard problems so that you actually at least are exposed to them, letting you have the chance to do them and think about them. And so you're not really expected to be able to do it. You're just being given a challenge. Like that's an underrated thing about that's an underrated thing about school, is that like school shouldn't be easy. It should give you challenges like this that allow you to think. Go back to Battlecats, bitch. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm planning on ending stream in like 10 seconds. Thanks for avenging my 5th grade self who had to deal with that bullshit. Dude, in 5th grade, this would have broken my head. I was struggling with... Well, no, 4th grade, I was struggling with long multiplication and division, so I could have done it if I remembered the rules of decimals and stuff, which I think I did. I'm 7th grade? No fucking way you're 7th grade. If you're only in 7th grade... How old was I in 7th grade? Was I even 13? If you're 13 years old, you are barely old enough to have a Twitch account. And you probably shouldn't be here because I do make inappropriate jokes. And I also say bad words. I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to cuss in middle school. I think as long as you're in middle school, you like shouldn't be allowed to cuss, and then once in high school, you should start to learn how to use cuss words responsibly. You know? Go back to Coco Melon and Brain Rot. Go back to watching your Bluey, alright? God. Yeah. This stream took a... I don't know how this stream turned into a math stream. Also, why does my 4 look like a backwards N? Dude, that 4 is a better backwards N than I can actually write an N. Holy shit. The school almost ended now. We can say that I am 8th grade. The fact that you're in middle school says it all. My friend who's in 7th grade says the N-word every day. He's white. No, I know. It's terrible. That's why I say should. People should, you know, be a little more responsible with their words. Because the older you get, the more you realize that, like, it's really not funny to just say inappropriate words. So you learn how to use them responsibly and, like, you know, stuff like that. Don't make me ban you, Flupa. I don't care if you're black or white. I don't want you saying slurs. And chat, I know you couldn't see it, it got auto-modded, but he said the N-word. He says he got the N-word pass? Yeah, that doesn't matter. Why are y'all bullying me for nothing? Because you're fucking young. And honestly, it's not an insult. Like, you know, it's great to be young, just don't, you know, go around saying the N-word. That's bad. That's not funny. Then goodbye. Yeah, leave. Hello? I make sex jokes. I don't want some person that doesn't even know what they're saying when they say things like, I don't know. I don't want them saying shit. I'm allowed to because I'm black. Not in my chat. I don't allow slurs in my chat. I'll time you out. In my chat, I don't want slurs. I know everything you say. I haven't said shit since you were here. It's like it's very occasional that I say them, but when I do, it's funny. But also, just because you know doesn't mean anything. Because a lot of it is like responsibility. Because like saying things responsibly is something to learn. Because used to, whenever I was in middle school, I was like, I don't understand. Why are bad words such a big deal? But really, what you want to do is you want to not have people that are unresponsible or irresponsible saying these words. Because, first of all, they don't know. Second of all, they don't care. And third of all, they're going to share those kinds of words and like information with people that shouldn't know it. So it's not necessarily bad if one person, but like it'll get passed down and it'll be passed around, and like it's bad habits, and then you get people cussing each other out, calling each other the N-word, saying them, you know, disrespectfully, stuff like that. And it's like, you know, it's just one of those things where like it's just weird. I don't like it. You're just dumb, then don't argue with people younger than you. This is why I don't like kids. I'm never having kids. Not really that it's my choice. I mean, first of all, I'm a guy. Girls normally make the choice of whether or not they have kids. Second of all, I know you're not talking about me, but I can still like you can still have an like I can still get the idea that not you, bro. So I just want to say you're just dumb. Don't argue with people younger than you. So that's the same logic as don't argue with women, except women at least have an excuse, because let's be real, women are always right. You are stupid. I don't like people who cuss for no reason. I cuss technically for no reason. You've probably experienced that, but I do it for entertainment. I do it for the laughs. I don't do it to cuss people out. I don't do it to hurt people, you know? Am I stupid? Probably. Everybody's stupid. I'm stupid. Like, that's the thing. Like, you're lacking humility. Humility is what I meant, but you're not humble either. Entertainment is a reason? True. But, like, just out of the blue, if I said, like, fuck. Or, like, well, no, I guess, nah. I don't know. It needs to make sense, you know what I mean? Like, if I was getting screwed over in a game, and I said, fuck! Then, like, that would probably, you know, it might be funny to people who like seeing you mad, you know? It's a way of expressing your anger. But if you're just, because like expressing your emotion, that's still a reason. I'm 13 and a half years old. I know we're not meaning to hate on you, Floopa. We're just poking fun at the youngest person in the chat. We don't mean anything. People I see who just cuss each other out for no reason is what gets me annoyed. That is fair. I don't like cussing people out. It feels like rude and disrespectful. I'm not doing that. Hard pass. Hard pass. I have a problem, say whatever you want. I'm not going to say the same thing to you because you'll just say the N-word again. I think I'm going to end stream. So life lesson, don't call people the N-word, especially if you're white. I didn't say it. Yes, you fucking did. It got auto-modded. You said the N-word. The letters NGA was a message that appeared on my screen. You said it. But yeah, I think that's enough of that. You can watch my shit. It's legal. You're 13. As long as you're older than 13, you can have a Twitch account, I guess. Because that's allowed. You have no reason to cuss me out for pointing it out. I literally just asked why you're cussing me out, and yeah. Even the short version is not allowed? No! Intent behind the word is what matters the most. Like, it's still, like, as far as I'm concerned, if you, the N-word, if you're like, man, that dude's an N-word, that's still basically calling them the N-word. You know? Like, it's the intent that matters, because it's like a racist statement. You know? I'm not allowing shortened versions. Because the only reason why you're shortening it is because you know the main word isn't going to be allowed, so you're trying to get around it. Do you still watch YouTube videos from time to time? Sometimes. I don't react to them though, but I watch them on my own. Why? No, we are not hyper. You can make fun of me just for fun? Okay. Little twerp. You're probably like 4 feet tall. W3-hour stream? I know. That's why I'm rubbing my eye, because I'm fucking tired. I just want to know why Kilo's asking about the YouTube video thing. He's nice and he's smart because I say, I'm not nice. First of all, I'm not. If you think I'm nice, then thanks, but I don't think I am. And smart? Sure? Sure. I just asked since I posted a video recently and figured you might be interested in it. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out in my own time, maybe. I just don't watch Battle Cats videos. So if it's Battle Cats, I might not, but I can at least check it out. But yeah, I'm ending stream. If you did enjoy, please do come back for more. Forgot my outro for a second. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.